happening, people? I'm back, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm back. You know what it is? I never usually stream on a Sunday, but you know when you hit a certain level of camaraderie and friendship with the community, you have to give them content, man. Obviously, got a new background setting here. The Chelsea top from last year's on. Chelsea win 4-1. 2 new players signed. But we got to put the content out there, you know what I'm saying? Like I keep telling you guys, I'm a normal guy from East London, yeah? But I'll keep making content for the people, them, because what they want. And I always knew I'd make it in the scene, man. Just being myself. So it's very interesting to see everyone in the chat nice and early. But first things first, don't get twisted. I like everyone in the community, but you make sure we're hitting the like button and subscribing, because as you can see here, yeah, we get it right now, we are not far away from hitting our goals. You know what I mean? We're not far away. Let's make sure that's on. And bang, back in the building, yeah? But every single person inside, I need to get your thoughts. I need to get your opinions on all the different transfer news. Where do we begin, chat, man? Like, first thing first, hope everyone's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and bring Abs into the stream. I know a lot of you know Abs. So let's get that done. We've got loads of different terms of like news to talk about. We've got transfers. We've got players in general we need to speak about in terms of the game itself. The fact that it was postponed for 2 hours and they rigged us. Bro, here's the thing, yeah. Let's get straight into it. Listen to this, yeah. Listen to this. Listen. I get onto Arsenal and Man United fans, especially Arsenal fans, because they're bums. They don't win anything. And they always complain about, oh, the ref's this, the ref's that, the ref made us lose the game. The ref's reason. Shut up, man. Shut up. The reason why you lost is because your team weren't good enough. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm trying to say? So, but yesterday was clear. Do you know what I'm saying? That was robbery. Even when you scream robbery as a fan base, you scream it yesterday. Because what the heck was that? What was that, bro? What was that officiating? I mean, every single half decision went their way, and then you got a dodgy cloud, and because of a cloud, we're stopping for 2 hours. Really? For 2 hours? Bro, it was 1 hour and 57 minutes that we will not watch. Literally, yeah, in the UK, yeah, I feel sorry for the American fans. Yeah, I feel sorry for the American fans. Let's just start there, innit? Like, I'm already speaking about it, so let's just start there, innit? Like, let's just start there. Benfica versus Chelsea, like, but let's start with the officiating. FIFA robbery. That's what we're going to call this thumbnail, yeah? FIFA robbery. These guys really tried doing us over. Are you dumb? They tried it. They actually tried it. Why is every single 50-50 going their way? Why are you giving a handball for that? He didn't do anything wrong. Bro, he literally jumped up, yeah? His arms were like, okay, too fair. Gusto gets on my nerves a little bit. I'm not going to lie, like, a little bit. A little bit. Like, a little bit. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. They're like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, the guy was barely jumping. And like, yeah, penalty. Yeah. And the thing is, that referee, he's so annoying. Like, he's just jarring. Like, he's just jarring. He just is. He's just jarring. And then the way Cole was shouting, like, yo, you see you next Tuesday kind of vibe. Yeah. I was like, good for him, man, showing captain's ability, because, bro, what was that officiating, though? It stinks. It just stinks. So let's talk about it first. I actually wanted to talk about Gittens first, innit? I didn't mind talking about Gittens first. But now I got into our own segment about talking about the referees and the match. We might as well just start there, because at the end of the day, the match was actually a good match overall. Like, if it wasn't for that stupid, a few clouds, let's hide under shelter for 2 hours, Chelsea actually played good. We're popping them around. The midfield was good. I don't even think the attack was bad. People get onto the lap. Lazy. lazy. He didn't even do anything wrong. He set up a chance. Like, what can you do, really? The goalkeeper played a good game. Palmer played good as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But everyone in the chat showing love. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well while I'm speaking. I know a lot of you are regulars, but a lot of people here also aren't regulars because 50% of you, funny enough, are not subscribed. I checked it 2 weeks running, 2 months running, and it was the same statistics. So make sure if you're new, you're hitting the sub button because unfortunately for the haters, whoever's watching this, I'm probably bigger than you. And secondly, I'm probably going to make it. So you might as well like anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well like the video and sub because you're going to be here and see me anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? That's an ego boost because I'm on my own and I've got to chat rubbish. But I'm joking. Obviously, I'm being nice. Sub, like. Olu said, "Ayo, what you said, Olu? Olu, where's your hate watch, bro? Be up chairs and onion. Don's not here, bro. Don's not here, G. Yeah, you man, do your job. My moderators, double Calvin. Hey, Patrick asked me such a question. He went, Calvin Loon to Chelsea. Why would I say yes to that? Like, deep it. Why? Like, whoa, not in a sus way. Not in a sus way. Not in a sus way. Send Don the link, Ches. Where's he in the chat? I think Don's in the chat. If Don's active, I'll send the link, man. But make sure everyone's hit a like button. I mean, get 100 people in there easily. 100 people could definitely join this chat easily as well. But yeah, let's get back to the refs robbing Chelsea. How about that? Guys, if you want to get your chat read out the most, you know what to do, super chat or sign up as a member. I know some of you gift each other memberships, but there's many options to get main comments read out, super chat in, or for my members get priority reads out on the chat. Let's start pushing that. Soon, when we get to 100 people in here, we're going to do subscriber only mode to make sure you're subscribing, hit the like button. Anyways, get back into it. The robbery. Let me just get, you know what? Let me just get this up to prove it to you lot that we are robbed. Yeah? Because what was this chat? I need the chat to confirm that I'm not, you know, like, I'm not like doing the most. But this is Ben Jacobs, who's got the post in front of him, right? Let's start with this decision, because this decision is the reason why we played another half an hour in UK time, 30 minutes. And it was like, what? It would have been what? Like flipping 2 a.m. I had a whole night. I was eating my food, chilling out. I was thinking Chelsea's going to play at 9 o'clock. I'm going to bake off, watch the game, enjoy the content, make some content. No. Let's phone this game because it's stupid ham. Chat, is this a handball? Is this a handball? Does this look like a handball to you? Is that a handball to you? I don't care what anyone. It's the refs in Europe and FIFA. It's different. Shut up, man. There's context. He wasn't even looking at the ball. So how is he meant to know the ball's going to skim off his arm? Look how close he is to the guy. Look how, bro, like, look how close he is to the guy. What's he meant to do? Like, is he not, like, literally, is he meant to put his arms down like this? Like, tell me, what's he meant to do there? What's he meant to do there? What? Doesn't make sense. It does. I can't lie to you. This was a terrible decision. But we still won, Arsenal fans, United fans, and City fans. All you hate watch, we still won. That's what matters. But guess what? What I don't like is the fact that why are we awarding penalties for this? Change the rule. I'm not going to lie to you. If this is another team, let's say I've got a few Arsenal fans in here. I've got a few rivals in here. All fun and games. Listen, we put it big screen, yeah? If this was an Arsenal game or the City game they play tomorrow, I'm still going to call it out. Yes, I won't care as much. Okay, let me make it clear. When it's your team, you care more. Fine. When it's a rival team, it still impacts you because these decisions will also go against you, which is why when we get dodgy pens given to us, when we concede dodgy pens in big games, top 6 games, finals, I start stressing out because I can't now be a hypocrite and go, oh, because the final, ignore the fact that it's the same rule that happened 3 weeks ago in another game. It wasn't the final, you know? So they're being consistent, but consistently wrong. Let me say that one more time. They are being consistent, but consistently wrong. That's the problem. I can't be having decisions like this where you're that close, you raise your arm a little bit because you're trying to not concede a penalty, and then ironically, you concede a penalty. It doesn't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was a terrible call. And you know what? I'm going to be shameless. I'm going to be shameless. Why not? The referees hate us. The referees don't like Chelsea. How about that? How about I say that? Because a lot of people say it, nail away with it. How about I say it? The referees don't like Chelsea. There's an agenda. Like Drogba said, you heard what he said against Barcelona in the camera. Let me not repeat. The legendary line is Drogba's only. I'm not going to plagiarize him, yeah? But when you see stuff like this, I start to question the integrity. When I'm seeing the ref doing the most for 50-50 decisions, really? Bro, like, well, by the way, chat, I'm not even joking, by the way. When I see these, man, like, it's 50-50, Gusto or Caicedo goes in for it. Bang, foul. Like, bro, what do you mean foul? Like, he's barely touched him. And there was one time where, let me try and get it up. Let me try and find it, yeah? Let me take the sharing off and let me try and find it myself. Chat, I kid you not, yeah? There was a time someone got two-footed, the same thing Jackson done. Not a peep. Not a word. I want to try and get it. Let me try and get it up. Can someone link me to the... Can someone link me to this? There's a red card tackle yesterday, and I was like, what? I was like, what? Against a Chelsea player? If that was Jackson, if that was Caicedo, that's a red card. That's a red card. I need to find it. I need to find it. I need to find it. I will find it. Is it this one here? Oh my gosh. I think I found it. But I can't play it. Because I get banned. Oh, I need a still image, chat. I need a still image. I can't play it. I can't play it. I'll get banned, innit? But put it this way. It was a nasty, nasty tackle. We're talking like it was a two-footed thing lunging in. It was on Caicedo. Yeah, 100%, bro. It was on Caicedo. My word. What did Drogba say? Wesley, man, you already know what he said. You already know what he said. There's an agenda against conspiracy. There's a conspiracy against the mighty Chelsea because no one wants to see another star on the beautiful lion. That's the Chelsea lion. You know what I'm saying? It's a robbery. That smoothie is leng. Not gonna lie. What? With berries, strawberry whey protein shake? Yo. Want to get big? 2 of them a day? Eat good? You're good to go, man. Good to go. But yeah. I can't. Hey, chat. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Can you not find the tackle? Because I know for a fact there is a tackle somewhere in it. There's definitely the tackle somewhere. But anyway, we need to move on very swiftly. But, bro, that was ridiculous. And yeah, bro, the tackle on Caicedo, the free kick wasn't even a foul. The free kick they got to score the goal wasn't even a foul. I need to listen. I need to find like these timestamps. Maybe some of the big Chelsea content creators have got it, but bro, the free kick weren't even a foul. The free kick they scored wasn't even a foul. It weren't even a foul. But you know what? That's the conspiracy against the refs out of the way. Let's get talking about the actual game, innit? Let's talk about the actual game. And what a game it was for Chelsea Football Club. What a game it was. We dominated them from start to finish. You know what? I said it in the title. We demolished them. Demolish means we ate. Big pause on that one, by the way. But despite the robbery from the referees. We destroyed them, man. Like, they barely had any shots on target. They barely did anything. I think the only chances that were significant for that team, right, Benfica, was like, what's it called? Was probably at the end when we were going for it at 1-1 and they had a few counterattacks. And that was probably about it. That was about it. That's the only thing I could say was that game there. That's the only game where I was like, you know what? Only part of the game. I was like, you know what? Like, they're actually doing decent here in terms of, like, you know, statistics wise. But yeah, man, we dominated them. Let me just show you the screen from who scored. But we absolutely dominated that game. Look at the ratings from all the players you got. Obviously, I don't think the Lap had the greatest game. I know people are going in on him too much. I thought Fernandes played well. Neto obviously got his goal at the end. And Neto, by the way, Neto's running is absolutely impeccable. And someone said it perfectly. When you have Neto in your team, like, it's actually crazy. The guy runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. It's actually mad. He doesn't stop running. And it's really good to see because obviously a lot of people wanted Neto out. A lot of people, maybe even in this chat, are you guilty? Is some people in this chat maybe a bit guilty? They all wait Neto gone. I'll get Neto gone. Yada, yada, yada. He's not scoring enough. Da, 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 da. And he turns up again with another beautiful goal and more running. And that's what we want to see. When you've got players in your team who run for the badge and run for the team, you can't think it's an issue. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, we did waste those chances. I agree with that. We did waste those chances. But at the end of the day, in the end, we got what the job was done. And that's just very, very important, is making sure we get the job done and making sure in the end we get the performance in that we need to win the game. So first half, I was happy with it. We dominated them. Yes, we didn't score the goals. But yeah, Palmer was at 8.2. Palmer before got his assist. And yes, he didn't get the assist, for example, in Cuckoo's goal, but he's the one who drove with the ball, laid it off to Caicedo. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, they scored the goal in Cuckoo. Lovely goal. And you should see the celebrations. Look at all these celebrations from the Chelsea camaraderie. And we're going to talk about Reece James in a minute. I know we're going to go back to front, but we're trying to remember, like, you know, the long-lasting bit of the game, man. And look at this. Look at his reaction. My manager, you know. Look at my manager's reaction. This is what you call passion. Passion and will to win. You know what I'm saying? Look at his passion. Run into the Nkuku. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want to see, man. And the way he ran on, I don't know if I can play the video for copyright purposes, but the way he runs to the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why Robert's still awake. Shouldn't he be sleeping? But let's see if Robert can join, because I know he's going to drop some propaganda. Let me see if John. I want to see if Johnny and Robert's available, because I wanted to get them on, but I thought it would be too late for them. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me ask you to come on, chat. I was joining as well. Let me shout my guys, man. But yeah, the way he came onto the pitch, was absolutely fantastic. The way he ran onto the pitch, I was like, yo, this guy, the passion. Does the system work? We'll see. We got bigger games coming up. But this is the type of stuff that we love to see. This is the type of stuff we would love to see, man. You know what? I'm so proud of the team yesterday because we got robbed and we still overcame the tribalism. Do you know what I'm saying? We still overcame it. We still overcame the monstrosity with the referees. And guys, in the chat, I've got 3 Chelsea fans coming on for you, but they will not be joining unless we get the subs up and the likes up. So at the moment, the likes are on 46, and there's 130 of you in here, which is ridiculous. Come on. Let's get this up to 60 likes, and we'll get Robert, Joey, Abson, all the mandem on. Yeah? By the way, M. Shaw, I think Marlon as well. Marlon and M. Shaw, please put your URLs below. I need to make your mod this stream. I've got the screen up in front of me. Please find your correct stream, your URL for your YouTube, and I'll make you guys mods right away. By the way, chat, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're putting in the challenge. Make sure you're putting in your comments as well. Yo, Ches, no minutes. What? We're going to talk about the transfers. We're going to talk about the transfers. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. We're going to talk about the transfers. We're going to talk about the transfers. Don't you worry about that. Yeah? Don't you worry about that. Yo, you got to put your YouTube URLs who want to be moderated. There's a lot of you in here who want to be mods. There's a lot of people who ask you to be mods, but I'm going to select a few people who are always here, who are always showing love. I've got my guests in the background, so you got smash those likes if you think Nkuku's goal was beautiful. Smash those likes if you think we got robbed by FIFA, and if you think they're trying to stop Chelsea from winning this Club World Cup. I don't care if we lose against City. I don't care if we lose against Real Madrid. What I care about is when FIFA try and corrupt us. And that is why when we scored our goals, look at the celebration of the team. Look what it means to them, bro. Look what it means to them. Look what it means. Beautiful instincts from Palmer and a beautiful goal. Which is why when people look at these ratings and go, oh, cheers, he doesn't deserve 8.2. Bro, he played the full 199.35 minutes, got an assist, got a pre-assist, and helped us get over the line. Why would he not deserve an 8.2 rating? Are we mad? Are you mad? Get out of here, man. Nah, we haven't spoke about any. We've not spoke about any transfers yet. We just talked about Benfica. I'm gonna wait for the man them to join, right? And then we'll get to talking about we'll talk about the transfers. But yeah, we need to talk about the game because the game yesterday was special. Do you know what I'm saying? It was special, and it was good to see everyone enjoy the game, even though it was long. What do you mean there, Ches? You man need to let me try Shores. One sec, guys, one at a time. I've got my guests in the background. Remember, guys, if you want to be a big, I'm gonna make M Shaw a big moderator because he is always here. Wait, what? It's not coming up, G. SHO. Jay Shaw, man, it's not coming up, G. We saying Jerome, man. Thanks for the mod shout, Ches. No worries. I'll make you guys mods. Don't worry about that. Give Joey a second to get his thing sorted out. Pause. Big pause on that one. Send me the link, bro. You gotta be on here for a while, G. You gotta be super in. To get links to people, you gotta know them. You'll get the supers in, man. I'll get you guys 100% in. We're gonna do a live call-in show. If you guys want a live call-in show, let's get to 100 likes while we got the guests on here. If you want a live call-in show, Joe, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, yeah? So no more. But yeah, guys, let's get these likes up, man. We've got people in the background waiting to have their opinion, to gloat on Chelsea's performance, talk about the transfers. Open your live stream on YouTube, click on the person's name in the chat, add moderator. Oh, no way can I do that. There's no way I can do that. No way. We try to do that now. I didn't know I could do that. One sec, Joey. Let me sort this out. Let me just mute this so I don't hear myself twice. Let me try and do this now. Add as moderator. Nice. Jay Shaw, refresh your ting, G. Let's bring my guy, Wab Sport, in the building. You know what I'm saying? Joey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's get the man them inside. Joey's here, people them. I am so dumb I didn't even know I could do that.
Bro, I was trying to tell you this yesterday.
Joey, I'm so confused. I didn't know what you were saying.
In the chat, I was like, yo, or the other day, it wasn't yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you know there's another way to do this, right? Like, you're making this a lot harder on yourself.
Hey, chat. Hey, Joey. Someone said I'm unked off. Someone said I'm unked off. You know them uncles used to phone like this. They're like tapping it with their fingers and that.
Yeah.
That's me, bro. I didn't even make Robert a goat as well. Robert's a goat. Who else deserves it as well? Put your names in the chat, man. If you think you deserve it, to be fair, Joey Hackney's always here, to be fair. Joey Hackney, you're in. Let's make you a standard one, though. If you think you deserve a mod, shout me. You know what I mean? Ches on his knees. Big pause on that one. Joey, the cap looks tough. C1s are. He rates your cap, bro.
Thanks, bro. I don't even know who said that, but I appreciate it.
Mo to the blue said, I better be one, bro. You got to be there, G. Everyone refresh your thing. You might be a mod. But yeah, Joey, I don't know if we're ready to talk or not, bro. But
I'm ready. I'm chilling.
I know you're chilling. You're ready in the background there. So I'm saying, Joey, man, but so much to talk about yesterday. But in my opinion, I was saying to the chat, I think we destroyed Benfica, man.
We did.
We absolutely peppered them. Like, people were worried about this game, but Joey, are you starting to get more confident in Europe now in terms of the manager and how we're setting up?
I was never scared of them. I was never scared of these European
teams. Team we play now, I'm fairly confident. Does that make sense? Compared to Poch days, where Poch days, 50-50. Sometimes we turn up, sometimes we don't. And invariably, Joey, against big teams, we barely won. It would be do you know what I'm saying? It will be what's it called thing? It will be a
draw.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, how are you feeling, man? I'm kind of gassed about yesterday's performance, man.
That first half was fantastic. The way we played football in that first half, bro, it was fantastic. Like, you can't discredit the way that we played. It was just Trubin it was Trubin and that one that came off the line, the Kukurea shot that came off the line. But we should have been up 2 or 3-0 in that first half. Like, we should have been up 2 or 3-0. That's the way I saw it. Like, we played really well. And then, the ref really tried to get the game under his control.
Yeah.
So much so they delayed the game for 2 hours for a 5-minute time frame. So much so that they gave a penalty that is never a penalty. So much so that the foul before the penalty wasn't even a foul. Like, Caicedo won the ball in the midfield, and Di Maria just fell, and they gave him a foul. Like, he just fell. He didn't even get touched. He just fell. So, like, yeah, nervy, but it was a good sign for us. Adversity hits, things aren't going our way. We have a tie game. We're going into overtime. Heads could drop. Instead of heads dropping, they continued to play. They end up getting luckily end up getting a red card for themselves, and then continued to put their foot up Benfica's ass. That's what it came down to.
That's very explicit, but I get what you mean, innit? I get what you mean, bro. Listen, everybody, Rob's channel will be below. It's Twitter. So will Joey's channel as well. Don't lie, there's a lot of you in here. There's no excuse to get them more subs and more followers. Rob's already a celebrity, so is Joey, but you got to give them more subscribers and more subs. I like JJ said here, my mods, you just start working, man. Let's get to 100 likes. There's too many people in here to 100 likes. Come on.
That's
really? What the hell are you two doing up so early?
I'm 42 away from 900. Get me to 900 today, please.
Right, let's put Joey's channel in the chat below. Mods, you know what to do, man. You know what to do. Let's put Joey's chat in the description, in the comment section below, and I'll put that on the screen. So, mods, get Joey's channel and put it on the screen. We need to get him up to 900, or is it 1K? We can get to 1K. Calm people then. Let's go.
Oh, I'll be at 1K before the season begins for sure.
what I'm saying? Let's go. But Rob,
Yes,
so
yes.
early. I thought you guys would be sleeping. What are you guys doing?
So yeah, it's early for
Chelsea
me.
that much.
I tell you what. I woke up early yesterday, very early yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know. One of my kids probably woke me up.
Yeah.
And then I had a long meeting throughout the day, even when the game was on. And then I just 7 p.m., 6 p.m. I just passed out. So I've been sleeping since then. So, after the game was finished,
Me
I
too.
was
I passed out right after the game.
After the game, I was like, yeah, no, I'm cooked. My wife and kids were home, so just peaceful time for me, and I just went out. That's why I've been waking this early, but typically no. But yeah,
bro, I fell asleep at 6 p.m. I thought I was gonna go wake up at 8 to watch the UFC fights. I woke up at midnight, and the UFC fights were all done.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So for English time and America time, everybody was sleeping because in the UK that game was meant to finish around 11, ended up finishing around 2. I was like, oh, a nice night in, my partner, whatever, eat some food, whatnot, and then it was 1, 2 o'clock. By the way, guys, you guys would know. Is it always like that with sports? Do they always do that? Delay
No.
It's only football. It's FIFA. FIFA is the reason why it happened, bro. FIFA. Not America.
What sport would be in that stadium usually?
But there's no
NFL.
NFL. There's no outdoor sports in the middle of smack dab middle of summer.
That's the other part of it.
Football starts in September.
We just have baseball.
Yeah, baseball maybe. Yeah.
And baseball only does rain delays if it's heavy rain. Outside they'll play through most things.
Yeah, so
that was a weird one because when they said delay, I was thinking 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then they said minimum 30, and they delayed it again and again.
Yeah.
And again. And I was like, bro, I'm trying to go to bed. I feel sorry for you guys.
And the annoying part is if it was they cut the game in minute 50, you know what, there's 35 minutes left.
Yeah, be calm. Yeah.
There was 5 minutes left to make shit. And then you say, oh, let's delay it for 5 minutes. Oh man,
they should have kept playing, bro. That's just point blank. They just
keep playing. Add 1 minute of additional of added time and call it good.
Yep, exactly.
I know. You know what's so messed up? Talking about going back to the game, yeah. I know everyone wants to talk about transfers as well, bro. It messed up momentum because they actually came out, stuck it on us. We made loads of subs. We weren't slow, but we kind of need to get back into the game. We played Gusto midfield in that, which doesn't really work. And that dodgy penalty, which I spoke about, I ranted when I first started the show. Man, then what was that?
Yeah,
what the heck was that?
That was wild. Can you imagine that was giving us a pen, but the one for us against Tunis wasn't giving us a pen.
Yeah,
it was overturned. Oh, that was that didn't make sense to me at all. That pen was just. But even after that, the way we've been playing, I just knew I even tweeted, I said we got this because I wasn't, even after the pen, I wasn't scared that. I was
a little scared. I'm not about to front, but it wasn't it was more the fact that bro, we just saw
it was we're gonna need extra time, play an extra 30 minutes just to win this one. We could have won in regulation, but I knew I was confident in extra time we're gonna get the W. It was I didn't have any doubt.
When I saw the red card, I was way more confident. I think if they didn't have a red card, I would have been like,
But you could see Benfica was playing for the pens. Every time the keeper was getting he was wasting time.
He just booted the ball.
Yeah, they're playing for pens, and when you play for pens, most of the time you end up losing the game anyway. So I was calm.
No, facts. Yeah, corruption, bro. I don't know. There was guys. Can you guys tell me who was it on? But that tackle, 2-footed, went on the knee or the Achilles of a player, and they completely took them out. Do you know who that was?
Was that the guy that got sent off? But he was sent off as a yellow.
Was it the first guy with the yellow? Maybe it was him, yeah. And he went 2-footed, and Jackson did the exact same thing and got red carded for it. But then when my man did it, They didn't even give him any card. It was
Moses
didn't give him a card.
That Caicedo one, bro. That should have been a red. If that's Jackson, that's a red.
The one that Caicedo, they almost wrecked Caicedo's knee, bro.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There was those 2 or 3. That's the scariest thing. There wasn't 1 or 2. There was like 3 or 4 bad challenges. And the referee, and I've seen that referee before. It's like actually, I think the Flamingo game was worse. The Flamingo game, the ref was all over the place.
Yeah.
In that game. It's terrible, man. But
I tell you, listen, I tell you, who was happy with all these with his referees at this Club World Cup. With the PGMOL.
Yeah,
they thought just
you don't look like as much as idiots.
You thought we were bad.
Facts. Good point, bro.
Next season, you ain't gonna complain about the refs no more.
Yeah, like, don't say anything now because you just saw what happened.
Yeah, you saw what these refs are doing out here.
Yeah. Nah, it's so bad that we have to say less of 2 evils. We shouldn't even say that. But to be fair, I'm not expecting them to be perfect because that's it. A job in life, when you got a job, you're not going to be perfect at your job, you know? Like, even the managers in life, people make mistakes, even if it's small, big, whatever, yeah? But it's just where there's a blatant, Gusto's not even looking at the ball. It's this close.
Oh, I'm not blaming Gusto. As much as Gusto was bad in that fucking game, I'm not blaming Gusto.
Yeah, facts. He wasn't great in the game, but it's peak. Rob said it on his Twitter. I saw Rob, but he said people were hating on him for it. And don't like his position in the team, cool. But that probably ain't nothing to do with him, man. That could have been anybody.
Yeah.
That could have been...
Yeah.
It could have been Palmer, and Palmer
would have been Reece, bro. It could have been Reece.
That could have been Palmer. Oh, he's lazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, look what he's doing. So, but yeah, man. But I'm so happy to say, man, Dewsbury Hall got his goal. Palmer played good the whole game. Got his assist in the end. Caicedo, we don't need to say anything about him.
Yeah.
Like,
what we say?
He's world class, but I said a tweet and CB and Don responded to them and responded back. I just put it on the screen quickly for everyone to see. And I said, I think Rob might have responded. I don't know if he did, but this is what I said, and it's very clear as well. Let me get it out now. But it's about Caicedo. I just said, I think Don said Caicedo, man, both goals for Neto and Cuckoo in vital moments. The guy was heavily involved, class player. I said, world-class player, you mean? Once Champions League viewers see him, they'll follow suit. I think Caicedo's problem, which isn't his fault, is that we haven't played in the Champions League, so people aren't watching him all the time. But in Champions League, people usually watch that competition, so they'll see how good he is in tackling, progressing the ball, his passing, his reading of the game, his IQ. But Rob, talk to me about Caicedo, man. He had a sick game again.
Bro, I'm telling you, this guy here, he's
so good.
You don't know words to describe this player because he's immaculate, bro. He's so good at ball recovery, and again, I've been saying his progressive passing, even in the final third, it's very, very underrated. Like, you won't see many players who are that good at ball recovery and that good at ball progression at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They either are good at one, but not good at the other. And we have one that's a full package. Like, I don't mean to bring this name up, but Declan Rice, very good at ball recovery, but not very good at progressing the ball, which is why they gotta go get Zubimendi and all these men.
Hey, cheeky.
You get Zubimendi, really good at progressing the ball, but not very good at ball recovery. And so it's hard to find a player who's good at both of those aspects.
I would argue that Zubimendi is not even as good as Caicedo in between the lines, like passing wise. Like I could actually say like he's not as good as Caicedo. If you're telling me like the long ball distribution, I'll give Zubimendi like absolutely, 100%. Yeah. But like if you're telling me ball in between the lines, like hitting that ball like in between the lines to get to your striker. No, I'm not giving Zubimendi that over Caicedo.
Yeah, man. I hear you. So Arsenal basically spent 105 million on Declan Rice, and 50 or 60 million on Zubimendi to get what one player does for us.
What one player could do. Yeah, exactly.
And so, bro, send Brighton another 20 million every year. You have to. And
We're
people like
gonna talk about Brighton because there's a certain player that we're linked to. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
And people that say, oh, no, we overpaid for Caicedo, this and that, brother. Relax. We have a work.
Can we talk about that free kick real quick too?
Yeah, of course. Let's talk about Reece James here. I think his own Caicedo was amazing.
That free kick,
and
I don't think people realize how hard that free kick it is to do. Like to score near post in that from that angle on that keeper.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's the placement of how the ball hit, like how the ball was hit and where it hit the ground first. Okay. He hit it with topspin and he hit it in front. He hit it so the ball would jump hit right in front of the goal, so it stayed low.
Yeah.
And just the placement and the having the balls to even do that, bro.
Even attempt that.
Just even do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot explain how difficult that is to score.
Yeah,
I cannot. Like near post on that keeper. Okay, on that keeper, bro, and we needed it too. That was the other thing. It's like the timing, the moment of it. It was like we needed it. We needed the goal at that point. So, bro,
you know who
more and more, bro. I'm like, bro, I just want Reece up the pitch, bro. Like, just give me more Reece up the pitch. Like as good as he is defensively, like I'm just like, give me more of him up the pitch. Like, that's okay. Like, I'm okay with how it turned out for us in the end, but Maresca's done a fantastic job managing Reece this last year. Like, to get this many games out of Reece so we could see his qualities over and over and over again throughout the year. Like, that's something that I got to give Maresca a lot of credit for in the end. That's all.
Yeah, and Reece James staying fit next season is going to be massive.
Yeah,
especially with the names we're linked to. If we do get a lot of these, I mean, two are nearly here already. We've already got that through the door. Shoot signings. We're going to speak about it in his own segment. There's a lot to talk about on that in particular. But Reece James, we're talking about him and Caicedo especially. These two, very, very in particular, part of the spine, can stay fit for 90% of the season. We're not saying fit every game. It's impossible. But if you can say 90% of the season, so you play 60 games, you can play at least 45, 50 games, 55 games. We can have serious conversations about this team, man. But we still got to play some big games. We've got Palmeiras next. We've got Man City probably in the semi-final. And once you get to semi-final, anything's possible. Last four, we played them before in finals and beat them twice recently.
Yeah.
FA Cup and in the Champions League. So hopefully we can replicate that. But yeah, man, who else can I talk about in the game? Because I think everyone was quite good. You got Neto with his goal. I thought Neto's been very important recently. He's been running the channels.
Yeah. Neto.
Yeah. What do you think, Rob, about Neto? Do you think
Pedro Neto, bro,
will start next season?
Oh, absolutely. He's
no doubt about it.
He's the right wing starter next season, bro. Like this was annoying me about people that like this guy comes from Wolves in a heavily transitional system, comes into a high possession system where he has to go against low block, and people wonder, why he's gonna take a little time. And the thing I like most about is his mentality. Every time you hear him speak, bro, he just top mentality. Every quote that comes out is professional. Is good mentality. Wants to win. He said, "This is Chelsea. We need to win. It's not just good to just be participating. We gotta go out there and try to win these things, and we need to bring the club back to where we belong, where we're winning major trophies." And the performance he's been putting in the last few months, bro. I'm just saying it looks like he's getting a hang of the system. He's acclimating himself in the system, and his work rate off the ball as well as defensive work rate is top, man. Bro. I'm telling you, this is a player that's gonna be good for us for quite a long time. And the fact that he's fit now, like imagine, we are here talking about Pedro will play 120 minutes in the game. After
you would have said when we bought him. No one would believe you.
Yeah, and especially in that level of heat, and you telling me Pedro will go and play in the full 90 minutes. I wouldn't have believed you 12 months ago, but The fact that we are here with him. He's had a good, an injury-free season, and he's out here putting this level of performances and he's scoring goals now. Like it's top, man. Yeah, the next season, I can't wait to see what he does next. I think next season he will score a bundle of goals. I think Maresca is encouraging him to score, to try and get his shot off more and more and more, and not just look to set up to cross or to assist. But I'd be like, hey, yo, I need you to shoot on goal more, and yeah, he's getting goals now, and yeah, man, long may it continue. I can't wait to see what he does for us next season. It's gonna be good.
And you know what the scariest thing is that, like Joey said, I was muting you because you were coughing, but like Joey said before, yeah, the manager's done the most to help the injured players. So a lot of the injury-prone players, some of them, Fofana, he's unsavable. He's an anomaly in terms of he's just injured for injury's sake. The guy can't stay fit. That's why we're going for right centre back anyway. But other players like Reece, Lavia had his surgery. Did Lavia have his surgery?
He did this to himself, though. Like I don't know what we want from Fofana, but Fofana did this to himself. He rushed himself back. He rushed himself back and then got injured again. With
that stupid. Oh, I'm fit. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah. I remember. He didn't listen. You know what? Like we had this debate. I don't know if Rob was there, but someone was there before. We had a debate about do you believe the media or not? And it's 50-50, so we're not going to debate too much. But yeah, we'll run it soon. But yeah, the injuries, the fact Neto can play, Lavia played, your Palmer still playing, Caicedo's playing, Enzo's playing. We need this, man. But quick question, actually, before we move on to the transfers, which everyone wants to talk about, is overall, Joe and Rob, do you thought this would impact our start of the season negatively or positively? Or is it a stupid question because we don't know? Because we look like we're going to make it to the semis.
It just depends on how far we go, bro. Even if
that's what I was about to say. We're going to make it to the semis as it stands. So, Rob, what are you saying, Joe? What are you saying? Do you think... I don't know how to feel about it because we have this year a break, 2 friendlies, and we're into the season.
Yeah.
So it's it's a bit weird, though.
I think is it going to impact our start of the season? Yeah, you'll be naive to say it won't, as if we were Liverpool, where we're on the beach the entire season. But will it impact our start of the season or our end of the season? Because our player will be down and out. To we're probably gonna go into the season with more game ready than the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal, just because we've been playing games. But unless we can run Caicedo again all 38 games, otherwise by game week 30 he's gonna be out on his knees, he's gonna be completely gone. So at the beginning of the season, because we will have a better rhythm than the other teams that have been off. But I think we will need massive rotation throughout the season to give the players that need rest, to give them rest. And I think even in that December January period, I think a couple of players like the Cole Palmer, the Caicedos, and the Enzo Fernandez, or even the Levi Cole, will just give them a 2-week holiday, go and lounge somewhere.
I think he did say this, didn't he? I think he said something.
Yeah. So just give them 2 weeks off in mid-season, where you have the Andrew Santos depth, you have the maybe Joao Pedro as depth, you have a Badiashile or a Heto as depth in the center back area, where these players can get a good rest. They can get a good rest and just recharge for the business end of the season, because they're gonna get knackered by the end.
And Joey, to respond to this point here, Rob, to pick about what Rob just said, and this guy responded. He said, "Honestly, we prefer we just get to the semis, just knowing we can play to a good level." I hear this, by the way. I hear what he's saying. He's basically saying test our quality. If we get to last 4, it kind of shows where we're at. But at the same time, we make it to the last 4, you might as well
this Benfica team went 5-4 against Barcelona this year. Okay, I'm not going to say I don't need to watch any more of this football for me to say that we are going to struggle against any of these European teams.
100%.
I'm not worried about Europe. Arsenal got to the semifinals with a fucking no striker. I'm not worried about Europe. Okay.
Facts, yeah.
I'm not worried about Europe, bro. I'm not. These teams in Europe, they don't play football like we do out here. We don't.
Yeah. Did Villa not get to the quarters?
What?
Huh?
Villa. Did they get to quarterfinals?
Yeah, they got the quarters.
Yeah, against PSG. Yeah. We're better than Villa.
Healthy, we busted Villa. When we were healthy, we busted Villa.
Bro, when we go to Champions League next season, based off our coefficient, the players we got, how we're performing now, people will have us as like, I'm not even joking, people will have us top 5 favorites, by the way. They will.
You're lying.
Especially if we make it to a final or something this year with Club World Cup. People are like, wow, Chelsea made it to the final with Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich, all these teams. Yeah. So people are worried.
We just have to beat man. It's looking like we're gonna have to see Man City in the semis. Like,
yeah. But like they're also a great team. So if we lose to them, it's like, oh. But anyway, my point is that like people are worried about the Champions League because we haven't been there for like 2 years. And because we're in the Conference League, they believe that the team, they don't know how the team's going to adapt quality-wise from the Conference to the Champions League. But that's, bro, Villa made it to the quarters. Arsenal made it. Chelsea made the quarterfinals. We finished 12th with no strikers. And Jorginho and that. Like, deep it. We only just lost to Real Madrid like 3-1. It wasn't like we got battered.
Yeah.
And we were bad.
And by the way, that Real Madrid went on to go win it. That Real Madrid went on to go win it. Not the Real Madrid Arsenal faced. That Real Madrid went on to go win it. Context, boys. Come on. Like, and by the way, when we made the quarters that season and we finished off, I was like, oh, we got Sterling.
Yeah. We were terrible that year.
Bro. We weren't a good team. I was watching those games nervous because we weren't good. Now I watch these games and go, probably win this game.
No, but that's the thing. It's like in a European day, right? This is the way I see it. In a European day, right? On a European night, right? We go and we have a game against Benfica at a neutral ground where the ref fucks us, and we end up performing in that manner at the end of it. We'll be fine. Do you see what Benfica did to some of these teams in Europe last year? They couldn't even get out of their half against us for most of the game.
Yeah,
we actually dominated them though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's literally what I'm saying. Is like they couldn't get out of their own half, bro. They couldn't get out of their own half.
Bro, look at all these stats, boys. Yeah, quick before we move on to Gittens. I don't really want to hear about the transfer talk. Meanwhile, with Joe's opinions, Mon, let's push those likes. Let's try and get 200 people plus in here. We could definitely do that. And it'll help Joe get to 1K. And Robert gets his respective 1,000 on Twitter as well. But look at his possession. 64-36. Passes. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at all this. We absolutely dominated them.
But hey,
absolutely dominated them. Like
this is you see,
look
this,
at this. Bro, look at the heat map.
Yeah, bro, it's not even close.
Look where the heat map is. It's
not even. Yo, they didn't get on our half of the field.
Look at our box. Look at our box.
Yeah, you could see our box on a heat map. That's my point.
Bro, our box has got no red or yellow or anything.
I can see Sanchez. I can see Sanchez in this heat map, bro. Just chilling.
Yo, you see Sanchez's bald head right there. Don't you see it?
I know. I see right there.
That's there. Bro, I suppose Sanchez was standing with Cole at one point in the game. He was just standing with him.
Yeah.
Because there was literally... And by the way, that's testament to them not having a striker like that. I know Belotti plays, but they haven't got a tough striker. And also, Chelsea defensively is solid.
Yeah,
they're just solid at the back. That's the thing. So
we didn't let them.
Absolutely dominated. Dean did nothing.
I want to speak about this Cole Palmer in the left half space.
It was good.
This new Cole Palmer, you know, I know people wanted to, but is this Maresca figuring out something else? Like, because he was cooking.
He changed the system. He changed the system.
I think this is the same system he played against Flamengo. But I think it was like Enzo and Cole Palmer were just switched him. Enzo playing the right, Cole Palmer playing the left high space more.
Yeah. Because I remember.
To me, Rob,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that this was a change of system. It was just a change
So
of
you
personnel.
wouldn't.
No, it was just a change of personnel in the way that it was formed. Okay,
Yeah.
think about it this way, right? Instead of having it inverted, right? Instead of having it inverted, you still have the two players in the same half space, right? Cucurella's overlapping now, so now he's the wide player.
Yeah.
Okay, and you still have a 3.
Yeah.
So it's really the same. It's the same. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the same formula.
Yeah.
They got it's the same answer at the end, but the formula was different.
It's different.
It's just that was it. It's like instead of the players all were in the same positions they were if they were if you were to look at it on like a screen, right? If you look at it on a screen, like where they are on the field is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a wide player. There's 2 inside 10s. There's 2 pivot players. There's 3 center backs and a striker. It's the same exact thing, right? But now instead of it being winger and inverted fullback into the midfield, it's overlapping fullback and 2 pivot players.
Yeah.
That's all the difference.
I hear that. I hear that. I think what Maresca tried to do is to have attacking threats on both sides.
Yeah.
You have Neto on the right hand side, and you have Cole Palmer with the Cucurella overlapping on the right hand side. More often than not, we like the last couple of games, it's been the right hand side is very dangerous. The left hand side, with Noni over there, is barely nothing being produced. Nothing being produced on that side. But in this game, both sides, both our attacking sides, like Benfica didn't know where to overload. Like before, you just said, you overload the right hand side with Neto and Cole Palmer. You most likely find a solution against Chelsea. But in this case, we got Cole Palmer on this side, we got Pedro Neto on that side. You can't overload anywhere. And this is if Delap had his shooting boots on or his game face on, or he would have feasted in this game, because he was finding himself in spaces that if he was a little more composed, a little more refined, he could have played he could have played a pivotal part into
Delap had a poorish game. His passing and stuff and his runs were but I'm not going to judge him too harshly. But Maresca, I'm loving the fact that the mentality of the club, people don't even realize this stuff, but when you're objective, you can see things through a different lens. But the Maresca is changing the narrative of the club a lot more. When he came in, the club was a mess. Nobody can go into locker rooms. There's no space. 2 players, rah. And now you've got rivals telling us we must challenge for the league. And now look at your team performing. And even the Chelsea fans who are negative are like, we won the Conference League, made top 4, could have made even top 3. You know what I'm saying? We're in the quarterfinal of the Club World Cup, all in one season. You see what I'm saying? So, for me, I'm just going to say well done to the manager so far. I want to see him improve a bit more. But, man, I'm very positive for the future until next season, man. But, the lap link-up was but his pressing well. Yeah, his presses very well, but in terms of his end product, like Robert said, he wasn't great.
His passing, his link-up play wasn't there yesterday. So, hopefully, I'm sure it's a one-off. Just an off game. Maybe playing two games. The fact that Jackson wasn't there to kind of give him a little bit of a rest. But we'll see. I'm not worried about him at all. But
100%. Don't forget, guys, he's a championship manager. Don't forget. Remember, Robert, he's not good enough. Remember? How are you going to go from Leicester to Chelsea and get us top 4 in the trophy?
I'm telling you, bro.
Remember that?
I can't wait because Maresca with these players having been in his system for 1 year, next season with the additions that he's made, the Delap, now we're gonna get a Gittens and possibly Joao Pedro and Andrew Santos as a backup to, and then Isugo back up to Caicedo. I cannot wait. Like I'm more excited about next season, bro. Like I can't tell you how much I am looking forward to with Maresca, having been in the Maresca system for a whole year, because you can see the difference now than the way that we do the season. Like it is night and day. How much,
bro?
more the players understand.
People don't realize how good this manager is. That's my biggest.
I'm telling you,
they don't get it. They don't get it. I watched some of these games twice, 3 times, like from our season. Okay, like they don't get how good he is. Okay, he's a really good manager. Okay, now for me, it's realistically, it's just keep progressing. Okay, keep building and build something sustainable now. Because over the years, as Chelsea fans, we can sit here and all of us say we didn't have sustainability until we had the core players that we had as Lampard, Didi, John, Terry. It was that core. But outside of that, bro, outside of that, from after that core left after that 2012, check as well. My bad. My apologies. I didn't.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but after 12, we didn't have anything sustainable for almost 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything sustainable. It was always 1-2, 1 year we good, we win something 1 year, next year we fall off. And then it was 1 year we're good. We win the Champions League. Next year we win the Champions League. Next year we get 8th.
Yeah.
It was never anything sustainable. This is a core that can become sustainable again. And we've been asking for a rebuild as Chelsea fans for so long. And the other fan bases have been trying to push us to be old Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They want us to be old Chelsea. Stop. Don't be sustainable. We don't want you to be sustainable. Go buy players that could potentially be volatile for you. Go buy players that are that you can't sell later on, and it puts you in a scenario where you're worth Romelu Lukaku for 4 years and he doesn't do a goddamn thing for your club.
Yeah,
do that scenario again. That's what rival fans want from you. Rival fans want this higher fire side of us again. They want that. They want to sit there and be like, "Ha ha, you can't keep a manager." They want us to go and buy. Yeah, they want us to go buy 30-year-old strikers and then be stuck with them because of their wages. They want us to make these financial decisions that are going to hinder us from being able to help the entire club. They want us to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, just sit and watch, because I've been wrong about the way that these types of builds have gone. I've been wrong about them in all the sports. I thought in all these sports, these builds were stupid. Now all these builds are still winning. In the NBA, guess who won?
Baseball.
Guess who won?
Okay, see, I'm telling you, man. Yeah.
Guess who won?
Hey, Joey, you're starting to sound a lot like Rob. Are you starting to morph into one person?
I'm not, bro. I really like this manager. I've always said I really like this manager since watching some of his Leicester tape when he first came here. Right?
Yeah.
That's it. I really like this manager. I really like what he does. He frustrates me sometimes. Don't get it twisted. No, it didn't. CNAC, dumbass.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing this every day, CNAC. Me and you, we're gonna keep doing this every day. You know it didn't take 17 years. When did they get Shea? 5 years ago. Thank you very much. Next fucking question.
Yeah, I mean, to get that cross sport, even the manager they're not winning with Doc Rivers. They're not winning with Pat Riley or those OG coaches. They're winning with new manager. This manager was a G League manager a few years ago, which is championship, right? And now he's winning the title.
It's about building something, bro. That's all it is. It's about building something.
But again,
you can add these pieces once you've built something.
Exactly.
Once you've built something, you can add these kind of pieces. Okay, that's what
this is the thing, though. They only add one veteran, which is Caruso. It's nobody. But also to emphasize your point, while these rivals want us to continue to do the higher and fire, buying 30-year-olds, blah blah blah, they want their club to build a sustainable model. Arsenal fans want them to be sustainable. Liverpool want their own club to be sustainable. Man City, like they're pushing us to be unstable while their own club, they are promoting let's build something, let's have a core. You know, when you go, I think I watched either one of you guys on Never Fall, and everybody was like, what's your core? You know, Liverpool, like, we got Van Dijk, McAllister.
The thing is, they don't want us, right now, they want us to win, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Fans that want us to win right now, I don't blame them. Yeah. I don't blame them. I want us to win right now. I don't think we can't win right now because I watched two teams that are worse than this team win a Champions League.
Yeah.
I watched two teams that are worse than this team win a Champions League.
Exactly.
An elderly team that we had in 12 and a team bereft of attack in 21.
Yeah.
Like the competition in Europe ain't something to be behold of. Okay?
No, not at all.
Not. It's not. We just watched Madrid fall on their face, and they're the only team that knock us out. And
this is the thing. I
think it's been Madrid to knock us out almost every time.
Fact.
Every time we've got knocked out recently, it's been Madrid.
Yeah. I just read, you know how, our motto, how everybody keep discarding it or undermining it. I just saw a recent tweet from Ben Jacobs about Liverpool looking for Marguerite and other players, and it says Liverpool have also other target. Understand Richard Hughes is primarily focused on 18 to 22 year age bracket. That's what Liverpool is targeting as well.
Well, bro, that's because their core is going to be gone.
So now they're focusing on buying teenagers. Like people
are trying to rebuild the core.
Kids. Everybody now want to buy kids. Everybody's looking to buy kids now because that's sustainable, right? Nobody's interested in paying £100 million for an Osimhen or Gyökeres anymore. Nobody. Or it's 80 million for Leao. Nobody's interested in doing that anymore. People are interested in buying a younger player that you can develop, and hopefully they become the £100. Like who? I know we bought him for 100 million, a Caicedo or an Enzo Fernandez, or even I don't know, a Cucurella.
Yeah, but those are young players. We bought them young.
Yeah,
they're just proven young players. That's
exactly. So you get young players that, like an Andre Santos, you buy him young, develop him. And then he becomes an 80, £100 million player right in your team and of his performances. So for everybody that's been crap, that's been
but Bournemouth didn't do this. Yaladeen, Bournemouth didn't start doing this young project thing until Hughes was at the back end of his career at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Before that, it was a lot of old players just to keep them up. Once they got the sustainability of being up into the league, then they started to do the whole young player this, young player that.
100%, man. Like, I let you guys land because you were saying facts. No point me interjecting you guys.
I just want this fan base to realize I don't like what these sporting directors are doing, but I'm just sitting and waiting. Right, is the best way of describing it. You just have to sit and wait because, as much as we hated what they did last year, they hit all of our targets that we asked them to hit.
Joey, that's fair though. Like, we're gonna move on to Gittens now. That's a perfect segue. But make sure everyone in here, there's too many people not to give Joey what he needs. There's too many people in here not to give Rob some more followers on his respective channels as well. And both their handles are below. I know my mods will put in both their channels as well and their Rob's Twitter in the chat below as well. So make sure you're following them out. And I'm getting my subs fine, but they also here contributing. But let's talk about Gittens because your Joey seems fair. Because someone gave a Joey a response saying Joey doesn't save energy on other channels. He actually does because I go on other channels with Joey. What he's saying is what me and Rob are a bit different in terms of I do think the project will work. We sent it since 2022.
And if you're talking about Never a Foul, bro, by the way,
I don't know if he's referring to that channel, by the way, but he said
all this other shit. Well, that's the other channel most people see me on. If you're talking about Never a Foul, bro, I work 8 hours and then go on Never a Foul. I just streamed 12 hours yesterday. I streamed for 12 hours yesterday and then went on Never a Foul. I don't have to have like this high energy bullshit all the time. I'm smoking my first joint of the day to calm me down, and I'm having my coffee. Can we just leave me alone? That's it.
Guys, other stuff can be used to calm yourself down, by the way. Just saying, innit?
Yeah, well, that's not how I live my life.
Joey's just chilling out. I hear it, man. Sunday vibes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Joey made a good point. He said he's waiting. Like, big up David, who goes on Football Terrace. He's the same. I get him on the channel sometimes. He's the same. He's very, very, very bad. He's saying, yo, Ches, or anybody, I think the project, you don't know if it's going to fail or not. So why are you going to criticize something that you don't even know the outcome of? So that's sort of kind of how like people are viewing it. Whereas me and Rob, I personally believe it will work. And Rob asked me yesterday or the day before, Rob, is Chelsea going to win a major in the next 3 years? I said yes. You know, major being Premier champs, by the way, not FA Cup. Or even a couple of Cup and FA Cup are majors. They're not on the same level as a Prem or a champs. But yeah, like Gittens, here we go, confirmed. You know what I'm saying? Gittens is through the door. So it's no longer any more streams I've got to speak about and go, you know, Rob, what do you feel about him? Is he going to join? Is Bayern Munich going to hijack Chelsea? You know? That was the talk, what, 2-3 days ago? But, shush, like Cole Palmer in Tottenham Stadium, shush. Because here we go. Gittens is confirmed. The medical, this was yesterday's post. So the medical was yesterday night, I think during the game. The contract's until 2032. He always wanted Chelsea. He probably wanted to come out to England, fair enough. Borussia Dortmund accepted it. Reece Hawkins also said something very, very similar. And for everybody wondering the price was £55 million all in. That's including add-ons. So it's £55, it's 65 million euros all in for January Gittens. I spoke on Football Terrace to Terry before, and I said to him, yes, today he's not worth probably 55, but for Chelsea in 2 years from now, and Rob's giving me a side eye, but I can explain what I mean. Yeah, has he proven his worth of being 55 million today? No, doesn't mean he's not a 55 million player, but I believe, and Chelsea believe, he can be worth way more in a year, 2 years, 3 years time. So the price is what it is. And in the market, in today's market, which is going to be Rob's argument, but I'm going to let him land. I know what Rob's going to say. In today's market, he probably is worth 55 million. But nevertheless, he's a Chelsea player. I think it's just under 55 million euros, 2032. We're going to speak about Joao Pedro in a minute. But yeah, that's on Jeremy Gittens. I'm going to try and get some more news on that. And Rob, take it away, man. Take it away. Gittens, here go.
Yeah, man. Good signing. I think he solves our left wing issue perfectly well. He's known by the manager, and I think he is the profile that we want and we're looking for on that left hand side. And I can't. This is the thing. This is one of the things that the signings that we're making this season, how much they're gonna help us significantly into next season, considering our current players, the players that are currently at the Club World Cup and have been in the system the last, under Maresca, they're gonna need a lot of rest. So you need to bring in quality. Like, you need to bring in the lack of Gittens, that will be a left winger. You need, a Delap up there that will be a quality striker for the Prem. And you need, other players that will come in and supplement to give, the Cole Palmers and the Netos and the Jacksons, to give them and to let them rest. Because they're gonna need that. So you need quality. You can't go into the season again having Mark Gill and and Tariq George as your depth in attack. You need better quality than that. And this is one of those that we're bringing in that I really rate, and I think he's gonna prove to be a quality. He's definitely an upgrade to what we had at left wing. This past season, he's definitely an upgrade, and so I'm looking forward to him cooking under Maresca, man. And as for the price, 55 million pounds, that's all included. I don't know if it's 50 plus 5 or 45 plus 10.
43 plus 12.
43 plus 12.
Correct.
Yeah, 43 plus 12, bro.
Correct.
43 million pounds.
Not bad.
That is a good price for a starting left winger because he's coming in to be a starting left winger for Chelsea Football Club. And so if you pip this, Newcastle just had a bid rejected for Elanga for 45 million pounds, right? Because you're looking for 60.
Yeah.
And you can tell me Gittens is not Gittens, who's played well in the Champions League, is not worth, at the very least 45 million pounds starting price. And so again, if Nottingham Forest can try and get 60 for Elanga, I think 55 for Gittens is a bargain. And so I'm not certain the price. I know Chelsea fans these days have become expert negotiators, and everybody can tell us what a good price for a player or not. Remember, this player in January, based off of his performance, he was touting to go for 100 million euros. Gittens was getting touted to go for 100 million euros 5 months ago. Right, and then they changed the manager, and the style of the new manager didn't suit his play. So Bayern was after him, Liverpool were after him, interested in him, Arsenal were all interested in him, and Bayern trying to hijack us at the very last minute and try to even match what we're paying for him. But he was,
no, they actually offered him more in wages too.
And somebody better tell Bayern, you don't hijack Chelsea. Chelsea does the hijacking. You don't hijack us. We are
hijack the hijackers.
You're trying to hijack the hijackers. That's
what do you think this is, man? Read the room.
Read the room, bro. Man. We're the expert hijackers. You don't come and hijack us. And so I'm like, Bayern didn't have a problem paying that much for him and giving even higher wages.
But he offered him the money, yeah.
Yeah. So people that try, no, it's too much for Gittens. No, it's not proven, brother. Relax. It's a great price for a starting left winger in this market.
100%. And by the way, Elise rejected Chelsea. We didn't get hijacked by Bayern. It's different. Exactly. And if we had Champions League football, he would be wearing a Chelsea shirt. That's a fact, by the way.
100%.
So that's our fault. That wasn't nothing to do with Bayern.
Actually, it's our sporting director's fault for tapping him up early. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Incorrect.
Season early.
It's their fault for getting caught.
Yeah.
It's their fault for getting caught. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their fault for getting caught. Everyone does it. Everyone does it with his. You don't think they did it with Trent? Of course they did it with Trent. But you just have to just be careful.
Yeah, we got scared of the lawsuit. We got scared of the lawsuit.
Yeah, so because that would have been spooky. People, we got 200 people plus in here, man. So smash those likes, sub to Joey, follow Rob, his Twitter, which is below as well. Let's get that done, man. But yeah, what are you saying, Joey? Like what you said about Gittens, I heard your opinion on Never a Foul. You said you're not going to get overly upset about it, which in kind of implies you're not feeling it, or you're going to give it a chance. What's your take?
So like I'm not like the biggest fan of this player like overall, and it's not necessarily just the player like and how he plays at all. It's more a fact that like this player has only had 6 months of really high level of play. Okay, like that to me is not a long enough sample size for you to buy a player. All right, like that's just my personal opinion behind players. Okay. On the other side, this manager once again has earned the right to buy a player that he wants.
Yep.
Like he has earned that right. All right. If he wants Jamie Gittens, he's worked with him. He knows the system. If that's the player he wants, then you go and get him that player. Okay. Now, to talk about actually like what we paid and is it worth it? Okay. Like, because that's the other side of it, right? Is we paid a certain amount of money and everyone's going to say 55 million, right? Like 55 million is if he plays enough games, if he scores enough goals, if he wins a trophy, like 42 million. Okay. So let's take 42 million and put it back on the out there as the sticker, okay? At 42 million at the sticker price that we're looking at. If you look at the rest of the market that's around football, you're not really getting much for 42 million.
Facts.
You're just not.
No, it's true.
Okay? Now, the other side of this is what options are there that are right-footed wingers, okay? Because that's the real question here is we needed a right-footed winger. We bought a lot of left-footed wingers, like Quenda, Esteval, Nani's left-footed, Palmer's left-footed, Neto's left-footed. Like all these, they're all left-footed players. We have a lot of left-footed players. Okay, so at 42 million, you're getting a right-footed player with the type of qualities that he has, like qualities in the sense of how he can beat a man, how he's capable of shooting, like his actual capability of playing wide winger, which is not something that is this fantastic. There's not that many fantastic players that are capable of doing that at this current moment. And really, there's only one player outside of Jamie that is like,
yeah, Rodrigo. Yeah,
and it's Rodrigo. And even Rodrigo, bro, Jamie outscored him
last season. Yeah,
he outscored him. And Jamie only had 6 months of real game time at winger. Like a 6 month period of real game time at winger. This 6 months, by the way, he scored or assisted. Like I keep on telling people this, and they don't get it.
Yeah, he's not out. He's not output
13
guy.
out of 15 goals he had GA in the first 6 months. 13 out of 15, and then his manager got sacked.
Yes.
That shit's like that. The thing is, I don't like dealing with Brighton, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Who tweeted that? Did somebody tweet that we reached personal terms? Who's that from?
I don't know. I'll find out right now.
Oh, don't say top skills. Oh no. No. Guys. He's like another Ches, but does it on Twitter. He's just social media, bro. I might change my name to Ches the London journalist, and people will start believing me. Bro. That guy just. By the way, a deal has been agreed because we're not even talking about Joao Pedro yet. Let's tickle Gittens. We're going to talk about Joao Pedro before we leave.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah, great breakdown from the guys, as always. It's hard to follow suit when you guys who hit all the nails on the head. But what I would say is, on Gittens, very attacking winger, very pacey, very direct. And imagine, boys, Joey and Robbie had that against Ipswich, where you got Esteval or Palmer or Noni gets replaced with Kudus, whoever it is on the right, Neto, and you got Kudus on the left, attacking their fullbacks. And then you've got movement in the middle of Enzo, Palmer's. You know what I'm saying? And you got the striker. Bro. That's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Let me laugh, bro. Let me laugh.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas last season, especially Potts season, it was just Jackson and Palmer, and that was it.
Yeah.
And we still finished 6th, by the way. But last season, we finished 4th, and there's a bit more options. And now we're adding more options. And then don't you dare bring me a Kudus as well. Yo, don't you dare bring me a Kudus as well, because now it's very, very spooky. I end up being that.
Cheers. We didn't buy Shirky. What? We didn't buy. We didn't buy Verts.
We didn't get Liao. Liao's proven. My bad. Yeah. Liao we should have got. And if you don't get Liao, we're not winning nothing. It's true. I forgot. It's true, man.
Yeah.
No under 21 winger has higher ball carrying frequency, chance creation ratio, more dribble.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Liverpool's gonna do. Yeah, that's funny. Let me actually put that in the never.
I need Manyan. We're gonna speak on Manyan. We already know on another stream, but we already know we want to bring him in. Kudus in, Noni out. I'd probably want that. I think most of us. I think I had a big panel the other day. I think you two were on it. I think we all said we wanted Kudus. I think Rob was there. I think Joey was there as well. I think we also wanted Kudus. I don't think we disagreed. Everyone wants Kudus.
Yes, correct.
Everyone wants it. I don't think any Chelsea fan wouldn't want him, but I think Noni's time could be up depending on the price. And I think Joey or Rob, didn't we say 55 M's based with the Gittens deal, Elanga? If we got offered Noni 55, he's gone in it. He's probably gone in it.
But I'm here to tell you, as much as we all want Kudus, if Noni leaves, I don't think Kudus is the one we'll bring in.
Who do you think comes in for him?
Uncomfortable, but it is going to be Garnacho.
Why did I ask that question? We always bring something.
I'm telling you because Kudus is not somebody we went into this season this summer having scouted and having on as an option. It's West Ham that's offering Kudus to us.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Rob,
Am I wrong?
Absolutely wrong. Yes,
That's
Rob.
wrong.
You are
We linked to him 2 years in a row, Rob.
No, we had been linked to him, but this summer.
That's wrong.
No,
That's wrong.
Rob, that's wrong, bro. That's wrong.
Yeah,
We've been linked to
if
Kudus
I'm wrong,
once you get just because at one point we don't hear links to these players or scouting to these players. If we've been scouting this player, we don't just stop scouting them.
Is he?
Like,
yeah,
they're long-term targets, bro. That's the thing. It ends up being a long-term target. We were in for him, but they were scouting him before when he was at Ajax.
I know. We scouted him.
I know for a fact they haven't stopped scouting. I know for a fact.
No, okay, all right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah. I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Saying, Rob, by the way, I don't think you're completely wrong, but I think Chelsea do rate him. So it's not we only want him again because he's been offered. I think Chelsea could get him. They would have got him before. Okay. But when Elise went to Bayern, he wasn't available anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because didn't we get Palmer when we got rejected by Elise? Yeah, we did. So we got rejected by Elise, and then we went to our surprise option on the deadline day, which is Palmer. That was the remember when Fab was saying Chelsea's linked to a player that no one knows about, and it was actually blank face, and it was Palmer. Mm-hmm. That's because Elise didn't. I don't think we would have got Elise and Palmer.
No, we wouldn't have. But the other thing is with this whole Kudus thing is the conversations are happening, and bless Graham Potter's heart. But the conversations are happening.
Thank you, Graham Potter's heart.
Yeah, the conversations are happening where they want multiple players that are on our books right now. KDH and Sanchez. Those are the two names that they actually want from our football club. So like, yes, this is very real. Okay, very real. It's to me, it's where does Nani go? And once Nani moves, Kudus is done. That's the way I see it. Mm-hmm. If they don't move on Nani, it's not. If we won't get anybody else. That's the way I see it. We won't get anybody else if they don't move on Nani. If they get Joao Pedro, and Nani doesn't move, that's it.
I said this. If not, wait. So Rob, do you feel like 2 questions? So you feel like if we got rid of Nani, they wouldn't replace him with a left foot, a person on the right foot?
Yes, because I think we're going with Esteval as a backup left winger.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, cool. And then do you feel like
we're bringing it back up to Gittens instead?
Like a Fofana?
Yeah, Fofana or Garnacho.
Okay. Why do we smirk when you say Garnacho's name? It's too funny. And then what if...
Because he knows what he's doing.
He knows
because I don't think because Kudus comes here, he's not a starter.
Because he knows what he's doing, bro. He's smiling. He knows how upset
He's like
straight face, bro. He can't even keep a straight face. He knows what he's doing.
No, because I don't think Kudus comes here and he's a starter. Kudus comes here and he's a squad player because I believe Neto is the starting right winger.
Fairs based off form, not quality, probably.
And just based off because Neto has a grasp of the system. It would take Kudus a while for him to understand Maresca's system.
Yeah. Of course. I don't necessarily.
We agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah, and so I don't know if Kudus necessarily comes if he's not going to be a starter.
I think he would eventually be a starter.
I don't know. Oh, okay, that's a good argument. So Joey, Rob's more saying, why would Kudus want to join knowing that he probably won't start?
Because because Neto will
I don't necessarily disagree with you there.
Because Garnacho would come in knowing he wouldn't start. Garnacho wouldn't mind joining a team top 4, big players, young guys.
It'd be just an option in attack.
Yeah, I'm about the same with Malik Fofana. He would be the same. Like,
exactly.
Dion's rubbish. I'm a baller. Why am I staying here where I can go with Chelsea? Gittens just joined. All these Champions League ballers. I'm saying?
That's my thing because I think it's gonna be Neto, and then I think the club will prioritize Esteval development over giving Kudus game time.
Because then if you bring
Esteval is a talent.
Yeah, Quenda as well. It is a bit lot.
And Quenda's coming. Yes, exactly. So you're gonna have to get rid of somebody next summer when Quenda comes.
But here's the thing, though, Rob and Joey, a bit on the screen, and they linked to Joao Pedro a bit, so we might have to do a segue there. Let me find the article. But Ben Jacobs basically speaks about Simon Phillips. Yeah, this is what he said. I want Rob to respond to this in particular. This one.
No, yeah, right wing. CAA Mafia, correct.
Yeah, so let's go for it. Quenda is a right winger, but he's left-footed, so he can play both probably.
Mhm.
Most right wingers can play left, for context. Anyway, Noni can, but he's not good.
Yeah.
So we'll go into this when we get into Pedro. You guys can see this. As well as Joao Pedro offer being rejected, Chelsea have also made a proposal to sign Mohamed Kudus this week. Chelsea trying to offer players, like Joey said and Rob said, and so far put down £50 million. Chelsea want Pedro for the striker position, as well as covering other positions, left wing, and Kudus for the attacking midfielder. Mm-hmm. So, Rob, this is where Spanner goes into works a bit. I think the club will buy Gittens, which is done, bring in Joao as the left wing and striker as option, and bring Kudus as the Palmer and right wing option. Mm-hmm. Which would therefore mean you wouldn't need to buy Malik Fofana or Garnacho because Joao Pedro can play left.
Yeah.
Then you have to then that means Jackson is getting sold.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe is happening.
Jackson or Noni? No, it doesn't.
No, I think both are getting sold.
Wait, I don't think. Wait. In my scenario, which is realistic, I don't think both need to be sold. Am I wrong?
All right, so not necessarily. Okay, but both would need to be sold by next year.
That's a possibility, but I think for Joao, when they say Joao Pedro is coming in to be a backup striker, I think that will imply that maybe Jackson's got, because are you gonna have three backup strikers? And I think, is it Ben Jacobs or Simon Johnson that said Joao Pedro is being brought on to be the Nkunku replacement, which would be the inside forward number 10 backup option,
striker.
The striker. The striker is Jackson and Delap. I think the Joao Pedro is being brought on as the Nkunku replacement to that inside forward and backup to Cole Palmer and somebody that can possibly play left wing as well. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not too positive that
No, they're saying, by the way, the market is set this way because Manchester United spent $60 million on Cunha. So I don't want anybody in the chat to think about it. Right?
Yeah,
They spent $60 million on Cunha. They set the market to this summer. I don't want Manchester United fans to just dodge this part of it. Okay, they're in the chat sitting here trying to dodge this part of it. No, okay? It's you. You started the market. You're gonna pay 60 for Cunha. You're gonna be paying 65 for Mbeumo. You set this summer's market. You.
Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, I think I can see Noni getting sold this summer. I've struggled to see Jackson getting sold this summer. I don't think Jackson gets sold this summer. Maybe next summer, maybe, because probably gonna bring in another.
I can see that actually. You want to know why I can see that? Is with AFCON, now you're not light, period. Like you're just not light, period. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
If you were to go get Kudus, right? If you were to get Kudus in the end, right? And just say it's Jackson, Kudus, it's Jackson or Joao Pedro and Gittens on the left wing, and then he can like sub in at striker at certain points. But it's Gittens, Joao Pedro left wing, Kudus, Palmer 10, Neto, and Nani's the one that we sold out of all of it. Yeah. They still got a month where Kudus and Jackson are going to be on the AFCON.
Yeah.
And then you're not with that happening, right? You're not bereft in attacking spots.
In attacking
anywhere.
Yeah.
In anywhere with that. This is actually, even if you were with or without Jackson, really, but with Jackson, that's fine in this sense. But with or without Jackson, we're fine. Like, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
If we replace Nani with Kudus, the numbers are good. The numbers for us are good in every position. We got 2 for each position, and everybody can. There's players that can rotate to other spots. Like to me, that's good. And then next year, you have a decision to make on who you're buying, who you're selling.
What did you guys? So I had to open the door. Did you guys agree that it would be Joao Pedro for the strike left wing, and then Kudus will come in as the cam right wing?
I think Joao Pedro would be, as Joey was alluding to, would be at times a backup up, striker up because he can play there, a backup striker option when Jackson's on AFCON, or whether one of Jackson or Delap is hurt or injured or suspended or whatever for yellow cards. He can be that striker option because he can play that. He can also be that left wing option when we we don't have, or we find ourselves in a position like last time where we don't have any left winger, right? And it can be also that option is a number 10 if Palmer is out of form, so he solves, bringing Joao Pedro in solves a bunch of personnel issues and also add quality depth and gives Maresca more tactical flexibility to play those inside forward, like the two inside 10s, the 2 10s up top. And so not only does it gives him tactical flexibility, but it gives them personnel. It actually solves a lot of personnel issues that we might face coming down, because one player can cover a multitude of positional.
It's bringing in Kudus for Noni and keeping Jackson too much players.
No, not this year. It would make us. It would have 8 players. It would be 2. It would be 8 attackers total if you did that.
Yes, you'd have Gittens.
As long as you moved on from what's his face, Tyreek George, it would be 8 attackers total.
Yeah, so it would be like this. It would basically be. I'll come over to the graphic on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It basically would be. We'll go from left back to front, and so left wing it would be Gittens, Joao Pedro. Striker would be Delap, Jackson. Right wing it would be Esteval, and
Neto,
Pedro, and then cam would be Palmer and Kudus, and then you could have, I think that would be.
And all those players, pretty much all those players can play other positions too. So like Neto can play left wing, Esteval can play right. Joao Pedro can play 4 different positions.
Yeah, and Palmer plays left half space.
He can play either half space or right. To me, if you're looking at the numbers, bro, like with AFCON, with all the things, we need 8 attackers. We need 2 players in each position. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the more you look down the list, attackers is the only spot we don't have 2 in each position. It's really it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking senior players.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to consider Esteval a senior player, but in this case, he technically would be.
Yeah.
But even with Esteval, you have Kudus who can still play right wing. That you don't have to put no pressure on Esteval. This gives you no pressure on Esteval. You don't have to put any pressure on him to be this absolute success in the first season. You do this, that's the right way to build it. I'll give you credit. It's actually the right way to build it. The numbers and the way that the flexibility with the numbers, it's the right way to build it. By the way, Joao Pedro is played left wing for Watford for 2.5 years. Only position he played was left wing before he got the move to Brighton. He played specifically left wing.
Yeah,
that's it. So you're once again, we're talking about a right footer, which we don't have. A guy who could play left wing, 10 and striker. Places that we need flexibility in.
Yeah.
If this means that we're buying Kudus to that though, which would make it perfect. Okay? That's what it would make it perfect. Because we had that, then you don't have any worry about the 10 spot, right? You just don't have any worry about it. So once again, the one thing I don't like about Joao Pedro is what they like about Joao Pedro. Okay? That's the difference between me and the sport. What I don't like about Joao Pedro is what they like. Okay? What they like is the flexibility of the player and what he be able to play all these other positions.
Yeah.
I rather have specialists. That's just me.
I hear.
That's just me. So I once again, I'm not 100% in on the signing. If you were to tell me with Kudus, I'm 100% in.
Mm.
100% in.
Now we're
But
talking
there are
about
things.
now, yeah. Let's get
There are
into it.
things that I like about it. Like there are things that I like about it. Good in close quarters, which are we don't have a ton of players that are good in close quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Very good in close quarters. He's a shit house. I'll always support a shit house.
especially for your team.
Yeah, if he plays for my team, I'm gonna support him. I always support a shit house.
Everyone likes it.
That's a fact. Okay, that's a fact. That's why people are starting to love the lap like this.
Yeah,
because he's a shit house.
yeah.
Like the Pedro, we don't like him because when we watch him, he's a shit house to us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, let's talk on it. Joao Pedro obviously heavily linked now to the point where Fab put up a tweet saying this yesterday, saying, honestly, Chelsea now intensified talks on Joao Pedro. Chelsea focusing Joao Pedro deal with Brighton after signing Jamie Gittens medical yesterday. Newcastle 2 pros rejected by Brighton, Chelsea, and now pushing. And by the way, it is also stated that Joao Pedro has rejected Newcastle's offer as well, which basically means he's rejected their personal terms as it stands, because I think he wants to prioritize Chelsea to come to Chelsea instead. And I think Prime put in the chat very smartly, which was about how Samuel Jules is now part of Chelsea's hierarchy. I think he got promoted there recently, and he's helping us bring in all these talents that Brighton.
He's the one that brought Joao Pedro to Brighton from.
There we go. A lot of players. That's why it helps when you got players. Well, that's why when we acquired a lot of these Brighton scouts, people are like, oh, you're buying Brighton. No, we're buying people who scouted the players before they go to these clubs without charged 100 million. So now we don't get charged 100 million anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if Joao Pedro was to go and blow off next season and get 15 Premier League goals and 10 assists, he's now worth 90 million.
But he was worth that 12 months ago. You know, when he came out of that season when he scored 20 goals, and he was I know like he's gonna be the next, you know, Brighton's £100 million player. Like you're not gonna move him out of Brighton unless you pay £100 million. And that's where you know. But 12 months ago he had a below par season, and everybody, you know, obviously thinks that he's a crap player all of a sudden. And so long may it continue. Yeah, Joao Pedro rejected Newcastle offer for him. Chelsea are there and have had bid rejected. Brighton won £60 million. Yeah, man. We you know, I think Alex Crook saying Newcastle are afraid Chelsea would hijack the Joao Pedro deal.
Let me tell you something, bro. If Liverpool, Manchester United, or Arsenal made this signing, people would be like, "Oh my God, Joao Pedro!
Yeah.
Oh my God!"
I tweeted this yesterday.
Oh my God!
I tweeted this yesterday.
Joao Pedro.
Yeah,
that's how people would be acting.
I think he would do well at all those clubs. He would do well at Newcastle and Arsenal, and like he would actually fit into all their teams. So all of a sudden in Chelsea, it's
Chelsea, it's a bad signing.
Because it's not Yamal. Oh yeah. It's not Yamal, isn't it? So I have to be angry. Oh, what a terrible signing. Go on, bro.
Yeah. Now, people will sit here and tell me, you know, Nico Gonzalez, that City signed in January for 60 million, was a fantastic signing. But us signing Joao Pedro is a poor signing. Are you crazy?
Guy hasn't played, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't played, and they spent 60 or 65 million pounds for him as a backup to Rodri. But we can have a potential backup player for 60 million. Chelsea is not allowed to have backup players for 60 million or 50 million.
No.
Like our backup players should be tossing on a free, KD8 for 30 million, you know, Andre Santos that you bought for 15 million. Those should be our backup players. Like, we are Bournemouth level. We God forbid we win a Champions League and we can bring a player off the bench that costs us 50 million or 60
million.
By
the way, if Newcastle want to outpay us for him, we'll just move to our next target, bro. Like,
he's not the only one. Like, we got Kudos, we got Rogers,
next target, bro. Like, not that deep. Like, that's the thing. The way people move and the way people act about these targets, bro, is so like it's such heart-wrenching things when it does happen.
Yeah,
like, bro. Like, this is just let things happen, bro. Just let things fucking happen. By the way, there are some interesting things actually about the sales that I want to talk about that JJ says. I'm actually going to go live here in a second too, so I don't know if you. In about 15 minutes.
I'll redirect you in it if you're going live because we end up soon. been nearly 2 hours to me stream. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you went to.
I still gotta make a TikTok, but or two. But yeah, I think Joao Pedro will be a good move. I feel like he offers the left wing position. I think Chelsea will see him as a left wing, as a striker, a backup. Whether Jackson stays or not, I think is irrelevant. I think they'll want him. I think Noni's the one who would have to leave for Kudus. I think that's what we can all agree. If Noni leaves, I think Kudus does come in. So let's see if Noni will leave. And Newcastle, ironically, might be the team that buys him because they can't get Joao Pedro. So, but they do rate him before even Joao Pedro, but obviously they rate him more than Noni because he's better than Noni. But I think it's a good move. And if we can get these two deals in, and I think Ben Jacobs said it, boys, before we end off on the stream, Ben Jacobs said it literally, I think today, he said that Chelsea aren't opposed to bringing him in before the end of the Club World Cup. So I think if they can bring him in, they said, before the Club World Cup, it would be good to have him in the squad. I don't know whether they want him to feature or what, but
I think he might be able.
The deadline, which I think would be what? Next Thursday? Thursday? Yeah. So if Chelsea could say, if they wait, they could push him in the next few days in case Pedro can fly out to America, potentially feature in the tournament, or simply spend time with the squad. So again, the squad planning ahead in advance. They're going, you know what? You get your player in, you can experience tournament, finals, quarterfinals, semi-finals.
Exactly. Just be around the team. Yeah, he'll do some.
No, I actually think he might be able to play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. If
this is the case, we're gonna get him then.
Yeah.
If they're saying 60 million, it's gonna get met.
Then he can come in and bro be the left wing option in the semi-final. You bring him off the bench for 15 minutes, or in the final you bring him off the bench for 15 minutes. Hey, I ain't gonna be mad at that, bro. Hey, bring him. I've been rating this player ever since I saw him for Watford. I've been a fan of Joao Pedro for a minute. Like the fact that we are credibly linked to him, I'm stoked. And I've been saying, out of all these Morgan Rogers, Kudus, or Ekitike, Joao Pedro, he's my preference to bring in Chelsea. And the fact that he's the one that we're looking to bring in, happy days. But I'm excited to see him join the squad and see what he's gonna do tomorrow. The next season, next season, my excitement level keeps going up and up every day. I'm telling you, Lord, now.
I don't blame you. So how excited are you, man? If you bring in Joao Pedro, would you? I know you don't rate him like that. Would you not be happy with the Swiss Army knives and the amount of options we have moving forward?
I'd rather have more options than less in this case this season. Like last year, we didn't have enough, right? Like that was just the plain and point blank simple. We just didn't have enough options. Bro, there was games where we were using fucking Gusto on right wing, bro. Where to me, I just do not want to go into the season in that manner, where we're bereft of options, plain and simple.
Yeah, and obviously, like, I think someone said here, Joao Pedro and Kudus would be exciting, but I'm just happy Chelsea actually addressing areas we need. Hopefully, obviously, we're not going to be naive and neglect the goalkeeper and the centre back because we know we need that too. Obviously, if you want to argue that Rob does that centre back be more important, we still need one or the other or both. Yeah. So regardless of what you think is more important, we need to bring in a goalkeeper and centre back. But man,
it still needs to be taken care of. But there's still a lot of time, bro. Like if you look at what would be left, right? To do, if you look at what would be left to do, right? It would be Kudus. If you get Kudus done, right, it's just Sales and a striker. I mean, a center back and a goalie, and you have 2 months to do that.
Bro, if you can get Kudus in after Joao Pedro,
if you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had Tyreek George at striker, bro. Like you think that, you think that I'm not gonna be okay with getting Joao Pedro?
Joao Pedro the striker, so Tyreek George.
We still made top 4 and beat Fulham away.
Like we still won that game with Tyreek George as a striker.
The games George played in, we still won them. I think Man United. And
I'm not hating, bro. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to hate Tyreek George, bro. He actually did wonders for us.
When we're saying that, we mean like he's the academy guy who's 17, 18.
Like, he's not a striker at all. He's 17.
The fact he's even on the pitch shows how
he's not a striker. Yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that you have to rely on him in
Yeah.
one of the most important games of the season. Yeah, that was deep.
Yeah, exactly. We had to rely on an academy player for the most important games of the season, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean,
CAA Mafia, if this football club wants to fucking move me, if they want to move me, you go get Piero Hincapié. You go if you want to move me, okay? You want to move me, you go get Piero Hincapié.
and
Like,
guess what?
Left back or left center
We've
back?
got what?
He does both.
2 whole months, literally 2 months
Both.
from literally tomorrow
Both.
to get
But
these guys.
you just said you want specialist.
Yeah. And I will make the fucking exception.
Oh,
Fucking Piero Hincapié.
all right, bro.
I watched this guy play enough football, bro. Like, I watched Ecuador.
In 2 minutes.
I watched Ecuador almost every game of Ecuador. I watched enough Leverkusen to say I know what this kid can fucking do for us.
Word. Okay.
I said word.
That's the one. That's the one. If they want to move me, right? They want to move me. Then we will net, bro. Our options in defense, we're good. We're good.
No. If we can,
and a goalie, and I'm bro.
if we get Joao Pedro over the line, I can survive with Noni playing in it. I'll be like, cool. But if you bring me that- you know what I'm saying, Robert? Like, if Noni has to stay or he doesn't want to leave, like, fine. Like, Kudus,
Yeah.
we'll probably get a left winger anyway, so fine. But then if you get me a good centre back and goalkeeper,
Murillo. Bring Murillo.
Listen, guys, love for the community today. We're well over 200 people on point, way over 100 people on point. It's really good to see, man. Community is growing. It's really good. By the help of course, Joey be up featuring today, last minute, and Robbers. I was really early for these guys, so they joined. Obviously, they're doing pretty well, so be up them too. And their channels and respective Twitters are below and in the chat, so there's no excuses. This is going to redirect to Joey, which goes live in literally 10 minutes time. So when
I pushed it back. It's 4 minutes time now. In 4 minutes, we're gonna
even better. So there's a lot of you in here. So if you will join and subscribe to Joey, he'd hit 1K today. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that for him, man. Be up everyone in the chat. Make sure you're. What do I say, Rob? In terms of someone follows you on Twitter, what's that called?
Yeah, just follow me. Just follow me on X.
Follow you on Twitter, innit?
Follow me on X, man.
Follow you on X.
Yeah.
That's one. I subbed. Of course you did, man. So I'm saying, but at one point I was on like 100 subs, and I was just doing what I can.
Yeah, now you're moving big. You're moving
bro,
big.
Now we've got 200 people in here. Do you know what I'm saying? So be up, Rob. Be up, Joe. We're out of here. Subscribe, follow us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. In a bit.